All right, lesson 50 is on graphing inequalities. First problem says determine which of the values -2, 0, 5, and 11 are part of the solution set for the inequality 3x plus 4 is less than 19. So what that's asking us is plug in each of those four values in for x and see which of them give you a true statement. So for example, my first one, I'm going to just plug -2 in place of x and see what I get for a solution. So 3 times -2 gives me -6 plus 4. Okay, and then -6 plus 4 is a -2. Is -2 less than 19? It is. So that makes -2 a solution. Okay, I want you to try it out with all the other three and see which of these other three works. They might all work, one of them, all of them, none of them. You just want to try them out. Okay, so now if we are looking at actually graphing, we have less than and greater than symbols, and those are going to give us an open circle on the graph. Less than or equal to or greater than or equal to are going to give us closed circles on the graph because it includes those numbers. So if we look at the first one, it says u is greater than -2. So I'm going to put a -2, and it's greater than it, so it's anything that's bigger than -2, but it does not include -2. And so it's a greater than sign. So any number that's greater than -2 is the direction I'm going to shade. So in this case, I'm going to be shading to the right. All right, I'm just going to do all of these on the same graph, so I'm going to be erasing them here. The next one says t is greater than or equal to 2.5. Oops, I'm going to make that a 3. Okay, so it's a closed circle at 2.5 because it's got that equal to part. So I'm going to shade that in. And it says t is greater than 2.5. Well, which direction are the numbers that are bigger than 2.5? They're to the right. So the thing that you want to keep in mind is if my variable is on my left-hand side of my inequality symbol, such in all of these, I can actually shade the direction that the arrow points. So I'm going to shade to the right if it's a greater than, and I'm going to shade to the left if it's a less than. Now, if my variable is on the left side of my inequality sign, like these, I'm going to shade opposite of the arrow. So if it's something that's greater than x, I'm going to actually be shading to the left side. If it's a less than, I'm going to be shading to the right side. All right, so let's keep that in mind when we do this next one. D, y is less than or equal to 3 1/3. So we have 3, and then 1, 2, and then 4. Okay, 1/3 is going to happen here, and it's a closed circle because it's equal to. Okay, so my variable is on my left side, so I'm going to be shading to the, let's see here. I want to make sure I got the inequality right. We're going to do this one, so we're going to shade to the left. It's less than, so it's the same direction as the arrow. All right, let's look here at the last one. It says 0 is greater than v. Okay, so just give us some reference points. I'm going to have an open circle because it's not equal to. And now I'm going to look at this side. And I'm going to be shading to the left. 0 is greater than v, so v is all the numbers less than that. You also can totally flip the entire thing and then have it match these ones here. Okay, so now we have to write an inequality for each graph. So we can pick any variable. I'm just going to go with the standard x. Okay, I have an open circle, and it's shaded to the right. So it's between 0 and 1, so it's 1/2. And it's shaded to the right, and because I wrote my variable on the left side, I can follow that. X is greater than 1/2. Everything that's greater than 1/2 is shaded. I'm going to do the same idea here. This time it's my inequality is equal to, because it's closed in, and it's numbers that are greater than 12. So I'm going to have it go that way. Again, my variable's on the left-hand side. So here, my dot is between 40 and 50, so it's at 45, and it's a open circle, so I don't have an inequality bar. And now all my things that are less than are shaded, so I'm actually going to put in a less than symbol. I'm going to not write that, so if you're listening, you got the answer. It's less than. Okay, and then this last one here, I'm just going to mark out this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my fraction, I'm over 2 out of the 5 lines. And this time, it is a closed circle, so I'm going to have that equal to. And again, this one is going to be a less than symbol because it's everything shaded to the left. All right, last one here. The boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which it changes into a gas. So steam, like if you're boiling water. The boiling point of water under normal atmospheric conditions is 100 degrees Celsius. Write an inequality to represent the temperatures for which water is a gas. Graph the solution set of the inequality. Okay, so it says that at 100 degrees, water starts to boil. So then anything greater than 100 is going to keep boiling. So we can say x is greater than 100, and it's going to be equal to because it starts to boil at 100. So I'm going to shade my inequality to the right, and I'm going to have a closed circle. There you go.